Virtual reality is at war. It's a war that rages on many fronts, in homes, within corporations, on social media. Since the release of the Oculus Quest, and especially the Quest 2, it seems like the tide is shifting in the favour of VR. Mark Zuckerberg's ambition to get 1 billion people into VR may seem far-fetched, but it's not a lost hope. Ever since people haven't had to rely on awful phone-based VR to experience it, more and more people are taking the leap. Careful, you're going to get sued. Good point. But there's still one place where VR appears to be in a losing battle. A place where people have flocked for years for experiences that couldn't be had in homes. A battlefield where virtual reality really should shine. The video game arcades. Welcome back to the VRC, where you'll get a weekly dose of VR focused tech. Don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell if you don't want to miss a video. It's free and it helps us a lot. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So it's fair to say that arcades as places to hang out are nowhere near as popular as they were in the 1980s or the 90s. There was a point in the mid-90s where home computing actually caught up with arcades in terms of graphical prowess, but arcades still had the big screens. Of course, now big screens are in the home too, and the most popular games are multiplayer online games that can't be experienced in traditional arcades. However, arcades are still generally the only place to experience a full immersive motion tracked unit because they're just too big to fit in the average house. So the arcade should be the perfect place for VR to thrive and show the general public what it can do. This is what I hoped for when I found this unit in what's a very well equipped arcade in the Welsh beach resort of Barmouth. Shout out to cousin Rick who told us about the machine after seeing it the week before with the family.
So the arcade machine is just in there. In we go, literally. So obviously we want to play the machine, so we need to get some change. So come with me.
People have been putting big screens in front of our faces for years in the hopes that we get some sort of immersion, but it's obviously not the same as real virtual reality. I'm only looking at a big screen. Obviously, people back in 1977 were in the cinema witnessing Luke Skywalker's X-Wing go into the Death Star trench with a big massive screen right in front of your face. This is alright, it's a bit of fun. Will didn't like it, did you? On inspecting the machine, I wasn't filled with confidence. The headset was extremely basic, about as good as the cheap plastic phone VR headsets you can get from a bin in a petrol station with the cheap CDs. Do they still sell those? There didn't seem to be any tracking cameras anywhere, so this experience was going to be 3 degrees of freedom at best. In other words, you'll be able to look around at things, but you won't be able to look forward to get a closer look or move back away from things. That's how it was with the first Rift developers kit and of course Google Cardboard and family. It's moving away from me. Come back, come back, come back. At £3 a go, it's 3 times more expensive than any of the other games in the arcade, but it makes sense considering it should be an experience like no other. So Jess has got some wipes. World being as it is right now, it's only safe to give it a little wipe down. It's a bit ripped, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's been well used.
Yeah, well used. That's good. That's encouraging. So we're going to choose a game. We're going to have a look through the menu screen. You can choose all of them. Favourites. I don't know who's choosing the favourite. Roller coasters, sports, children, horror. Should we go with horror?
Oh,
I'll go horror. Oh, it's already on it. Okay. So we got Dr. Naram. After a brutal fight, you may feel still scared from the shock. Hell escape. Violate the laws of nature. Belongs to you. I think the grammar's not the best. Ice Snow Monster, let's not read it all. Zombies, I'm sick of zombies. Purgatory. Am I going to see monsters?
Go see monsters, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 3. Okay. I can't see from my nose like usual. He said put on your helmet and look ahead and the game will start. Sadly, it appeared that I would be losing my £3 since all I could see was a white room that looked like a crashed Oculus Rift interface. There's literally nothing here. I'm just in a white room. There's nothing? Do you think it's that one? Have a quick...
Yeah, that's player 1, Alex.
What?
That's player 1.
Oh,
Sitting
God.
in player 2.
We haven't cleaned this one. When I jumped to the correct seat, things didn't really get much better. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh. This is not good at all. There is no head tracking. As I move, the screen moves with it. If I look up, the whole thing goes up. If I look down, the whole thing goes down. The resolution is the lowest I've ever seen in a headset. This is worse than a 360 YouTube video. This is actually terrible. Oh, I'm really disappointed. I'm not sure even the seat's even tracking my movements. Honestly, this is terrible. There's a fish. It's kind of 3D. Anyway, it is 3D, but the fish isn't doing anything. It's just hanging around. Oh, here we go. It's a monster. Is it on the screen? Is it on there? Fish. The machine really missed a trick by not showing what the user was seeing as they play. It's always a lot funnier to be able to see what people are getting scared of when watching people play in VR.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But as I was having my fuzzy underwater experience, all Jess could see was budget Fern Gully. No, budget Fern Gully. What does it feel? It just feels like strings. Honestly. What is going on by my feet? Ah, what is that? That blows air, doesn't it? And it just whips it about. Tickles. Ow! Ow! It's whipping me. I mean, you've got to keep your head still. The second you move your head, it's rubbish. What is it? See, it's so blur. I don't have time to find out what it is that's attacking me. The technology in this machine is not as powerful as the technology in your pocket. I don't even know what I'm in, because like, it's just a camera. I don't feel like I'm in a vehicle or anything. Ugh, ugh. I think that's it. Honestly, that was terrible. He's had a better time than me. Honestly, if people think, well, I wonder what virtual reality is, and they sit in this, and then they think they aren't going to try virtual reality. Really? We need to destroy these. We need to burn them. It was a narrow field of view, so it's like worse than anything I've seen. Sadly, this is not the future of VR. This is not even the past of VR. I don't know what this is. This is not VR. This is just a TV strapped to my head in a crappy machine with this that don't do anything. With this thing. This thing that keeps whipping me about. This stupid thing. I don't mean it's worth trying. It's not worth trying. I was going to say you should have a go, but it's not worth it. Especially as we didn't clean this one. We cleaned that one. So virtual reality in this arcade amounted to what's basically a really low resolution video viewer strapped to your face with a nausea-inducing 0 degrees of freedom, taking us through a non-interactive ride that's not even as good as watching the Phantom Menace really close to the TV. There's always a bigger fish! Of course there are VR arcades and some of these are actually amazing. Here's VR Experience in Gloucester run by Remarcus, but the only people that visit these VR arcades are people who are already interested in VR. The people at a holiday resort might have never heard of VR before or don't really know much about it. As I was standing by this unit, 2 excited kids actually ran up to the machine.
It's a video game!
And just like me, they left disappointed.
That's like a baby's toy.
I think that machines like this damage VR way more than phone VR ever did. And I really hope that VR arcade machines at other holiday destinations are much better. It shouldn't take much effort to get something even gear VR quality to work. Something like Eve Gunjack would actually be amazing as a seated VR experience for arcades. Maybe some of the other experiences in this machine were actually better, but I didn't really want to waste my money finding out. Not when Time Crisis was just around the corner. So if any VR arcade manufacturers are watching this video, please pull your finger out and make something half decent. We're not asking for Half-Life Alyx, just something better than this. So the war rages on as video comes to a close. If you've made it this far, then thank you so much for sticking with us. Going forwards, I'm hoping to keep the videos much more focused and less rambly, so do let us know in the comments if that's a good thing. Also, let us know if you've had any good VR experiences in arcades yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already, and thumbs up the video please if you did enjoy it. The Jupiter Grad giveaway winners will be in a pinned comment, so reply in that thread and we'll sort out your game keys. Sorry it's taken so long, I actually forgot about it, sorry. You've been watching the VRC. I'm gonna go and have a bath in antiviral gel. Thanks for watching and take care of yourselves, and until next time. See ya.